Hello, Madridistas, and thanks for joining us on today's interesting episode as we talk you through some very important updates at Real Madrid. Kickstarting on today's agenda, Brazil claim they have legal guarantee from Real Madrid manager Carlo Ancelotti to become their national team head coach in 2024. Well, we are going to bring you the total details on that in this episode. And shortly after that, we are going to quickly turn our attention elsewhere as injury-prone Real Madrid star Daniel Ceballos is set for a rare start against Napoli on Champions League night on Wednesday. We are going to talk to you about that as well on this episode, so please stay tuned right up to the end. Do not forget to like and subscribe to this channel so you do not miss on our next update. Real Madrid are stuck in a coaching limbo in the middle of the 2023-24 season, with Carlo Ancelotti's future hanging in the balance. At 64 years of age, Ancelotti has dedicated his life to the sport and is currently managing his 10th club across 11 different spells. He is also coaching his 5th season for Real Madrid across 2 spells, but could finally call it quits on his club tenure at the end of the campaign. Brazil have been pursuing Ancelotti to take up the job for the national team after Tite resigned after the 2022 FIFA World Cup, where they lost to Croatia on penalties in the quarterfinals of the tournament. They believe he is the perfect fit for their current setup and have been on his tail since last season. The Italian was in fact close to joining the South American setup at the end of the season, but ended up continuing at Madrid. There have been talks regarding a renewal at the Santiago Bernabeu, with reports claiming that Madrid have offered Ancelotti a 2-year renewal. They take his continuity at the club for granted and are confident that he will end up putting pen to paper. There is a slight hiccup though, as a report from G Global claims that Brazil have the first right over Ancelotti's services. The report in question states that the Brazilian national team have legal guarantees from Carlo Ancelotti over his arrival as a coach in 2024. They are confident that he will end up with the Seleção. Brazil had, according to rumors, given him a final deadline a month ago or so ago, which he accepted. Only after that, the report of a potential renewal at Madrid taking place. The record world champions are very unsatisfied with current coach Fernando Diniz' work and are desperately looking for a new coach right now. They have lost 3 games on the bounce in the qualifiers, including losing to World Cup winners on home soil for the first time in their history when Argentina beat them 1-0 last week, courtesy of a goal from Nicolas Otamendi. Having concluded with that, we are going to quickly turn our attention elsewhere as injury-prone Real Madrid star Daniel Ceballos is set for a rare start against Napoli, according to reliable reports. Real Madrid will look to secure top spot in Group C of the UEFA Champions League when they take on Serie A champions Napoli at the Estadio Santiago Bernabeu on Wednesday. Los Blancos are currently leading the charge in Group C and are already qualified for the knockout stages following their win against Braga earlier this month, and a win or a draw against Walter Mazzari's men tomorrow will certainly mean Real Madrid progress as group leaders, but they will have to make do without as many as 8 players against Napoli in the midfield department, the worst hit of all. As such, journalist Marco Ruiz of COPE is reporting that injury-prone midfielder Daniel Ceballos is set to start for Real Madrid against Napoli tomorrow at the Estadio Santiago Bernabeu. It must be remembered that the Merengues lost Aurelien Tchouameni to an injury last month while Eduardo Camavinga was put on the treatment tables during the recent international break. On the top of that, Luka Modric suffered a minor injury during last weekend's game against Cadiz and is out of the game as well. It leaves Carlo Ancelotti with only a handful of senior options in midfield, of which Toni Kroos is expected to start as the pivot and Jude Bellingham will operate as the attacking midfielder. As such, on Wednesday, the 2 interior midfield positions are expected to be taken up by Ceballos and Federico Valverde. It has been a difficult season for Ceballos right after he signed a new contract with Real Madrid during the summer. An injury early in the preseason meant that the 27-year-old missed a good chunk of the early part of the campaign, just as he made his return and was getting some minutes. Another injury struck, sidelining him for an extended period again. Ceballos only made his return to action this past weekend against Cadiz, coming on as a substitute. Now he will likely get a chance to start against Napoli, and the ex-Real Betis ace will be eager to make the most of it. So having talked on that, we have come to the end of today's episode. Thanks for following us right up to the end. See you next time, and Hala Madrid to us all.